In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful, I would like to welcome all of you of today's lesson, which is going to be about Unit 4, pronunciation. Let's see the objectives of today's lesson. Today, inshallah, we will identify a stress of 2 or 3 word verb. Okay, so we are going to identify a stress 2-3 word verb. Let's start by revising the previous lesson. Number 5, listening. Listen to the process of creating a bar of chocolate. At each stage in the process, the chocolate has a different name. Write these names, these 7 names here in this box. Okay, where? In this chart. Okay, so write these names, okay, in the correct order in the chart. So here it's sorted randomly, but now I want you to write the correct order while you are listening. Let's start by listening to the audio.
Page 59. 5. Listening. Listen to the process for creating a bar of chocolate. At each stage in the process, the chocolate has a different name. Write these names in the correct order in the chart.
Chocolate comes from the cacao tree, a tree that grows in the tropical rainforests of a number of countries, including Brazil, Indonesia, the Ivory Coast, and Ghana. The first step in turning cacao into chocolate candy is the harvesting of cacao pods. Unlike many modern crops, cacao pods must be harvested by hand instead of machine. After workers pluck each pod by hand, they open the pods with a long knife called a machete. Then the workers take out the cacao or cocoa beans and throw away the husks. Workers place the beans in large piles and cover them with banana leaves. The beans are left there for about a week. During this time, the beans turn a deep, rich color, and the cocoa flavor and aroma develop. This process is called fermentation. After fermentation, the beans are scooped into sacks and shipped to chocolate manufacturers. Once the manufacturers receive a shipment of beans, they get down to the business of processing the cocoa into chocolate. The manufacturing process involves many steps, including roasting the beans at extremely high temperatures, separating the shell from the inside of the bean, and getting rid of the shells. The broken bean bits that remain are called nibs. The nibs are then crushed up into cocoa mass and melted. Manufacturers blend the melted cocoa mass with milk and sugar. These ingredients are churned until they become a brown powder called crumb. Cocoa butter is added to the crumb. This mixture becomes a thick liquid called chocolate paste. The paste is put into a machine that smooths it out. The liquid chocolate is then poured into molds. Finally, the chocolate cools down, is taken out of the mold, and becomes a chocolate bar.
Very good. So the 7 stages we have here, the process starting with the pod, the bean, then the nibs, and as you can see in this picture here, this is the chocolate bar, of course. What about the powder here? What's the name of this powder? It's called crumb. Okay, it's called crumb. And if you look at these here, okay, it's called the nibs. Okay, it's called the nibs. Also, when it become a liquid, okay, or something like that, it's called paste. Liquid or cocoa paste. Okay, so and where did you get the cocoa or the chocolate itself? Okay, so what's the name of this tree? The tree is called the cacao tree. The cacao tree. Very good. Now, what we are going to do today is pronunciation. And sometime you need to pronounce the words, okay, very well, because always native speakers try to pronounce these words, okay, to differentiate between the native from the mother tongue, okay, and the other language, for example, or different accents, okay. Today, inshallah, we will see this in this lesson, okay, how we can pronounce the 2 or 3 word verbs, okay, 2 or 3 word verbs. So let's start with the phrasal verbs, okay. We will talk about the phrasal verb, and please concentrate and focus here. How to stress phrasal verbs. How to stress phrasal verbs. First, we must see the function. How we can use this word or this phrasal verb, okay, as function. Okay, is it a noun? Okay, is it a noun or a verb? So here, this is number 1, and this is number 2. Okay, our lesson mainly will focus on number 2. Okay, so we are going to focus on this one here. Okay, we are going to focus actually on this one. Okay, so number 2 here is a verb. What about number 1? A noun. So if the phrasal verb functioned as a noun, so the stress will be on the first word. Okay, the stress will be on the first word. For example, let's see here, for example, sign up. Okay, sign up. For example, where is the sign up sheet? Where is the sign up sheet? So here I stress the word sign. Okay, so the first word here is stressed. Why? Because I use the phrasal verb as a noun, What about the verb? If I use the phrasal verbs, okay, and function as a verb or action or something like that, I have to stress the second word, the particle, okay, the particle, even the adverb or the preposition, the second word, okay. For example, also here we have sign up, just like the noun, but this time the word sign up here is different. Why? Because it's function like a verb. So I need to sign up for the class. I need to sign up for the class. So sign up. Here I'm talking about up, and I am stressing on up. Not like the first one when I said, where is the sign up sheet? Okay, the sign up sheet. Okay, and I'm stressing now on the sign because it's function like a noun. But the second one, okay, when I say I need to sign up for the class, now this is like an action, okay, it's a verb. The phrasal verb used here and function like a verb, okay, very good. Now open your book, page 59. Page 59. What are we going to do is this. We are going to practice now, but first you are going to listen to the audio to see the stress and how we can pronounce the phrasal verbs, the 2 or 3 phrasal verbs. Okay, let's read together. In 2 word or 3 word verbs, the stress is placed on the second, okay, and on the second word, okay, the first particle, You are going now to listen. For the first time, you are going to listen to 5 different sentences, statements here we have, okay, to the 5. Then, inshallah, we will listen again and try to repeat after the audio, okay? Very good. So, let's start the first one. Just listen.
Page 59. 6. Pronunciation. In 2-word and 3-word verbs, the stress is placed on the second word, the first particle. Listen and practice.
1. Chocolate comes from the cacao tree. 2. Once they receive a shipment of beans, they get down to the business of processing the cocoa into chocolate. 3. One of the steps in the manufacturing process involves getting rid of the shells. 4. Workers take out the cocoa beans and throw away the husks. 5. The chocolate cools down, is taken out of the mold, and becomes a chocolate bar.
Very good. Now, can you identify where is the 2 words and the 3 words phrasal verbs? Very good. Let's start with number 1. Chocolate comes from 2 or 3? 2. Very good. Okay, so it's 2 words. What about number 2 here? Get down to. Get down to. So this is 3 word phrasal verbs, okay? Also, getting rid of. Getting rid of. This is 3 words. Throw away. Throw away. Okay? Take out. Take out. Okay, so I'm stressing here the word out. Actually, for example, here the word take out, the phrase, the verb take out, for example, if it's function like a verb, take out, so I have to stress out here. What if I use this one, take out, as a noun or function as a noun? Okay, I would like to order a takeout. Take out. Okay, for example, if I am hungry and I want to have lunch, for example, or dinner or something like that, so I have to use take out. Okay, here I am stressing the first one because it function like a noun. While if it's function like a verb, so I have to stress out. Take out. Take out. Okay, very good. What about the number 5? The chocolate cools down. Cools down is taken out of the mold and becomes a chocolate bar. Okay, so here now we are going to listen again, and please try to repeat. Try to repeat after the audio. Okay, you have time, you have much time to you can repeat after each sentence. Okay, let's start again.
Page 59. 6. Pronunciation. In 2-word and 3-word verbs, the stress is placed on the second word, the first particle. Listen and practice.
1. Chocolate comes from the cacao tree. 2. Once they receive a shipment of beans, they get down to the business of processing the cocoa into chocolate. 3. One of the steps in the manufacturing process involves getting rid of the shells. 4. Workers take out the cocoa beans and throw away the husks. 5. The chocolate cools down, is taken out of the mold, and becomes a chocolate bar.
Did you repeat after the audio? Very good. Now, let's hear again how we can practice the stress. Okay, let's start with number 1. Chocolate comes from the cacao tree. So repeat after me. Chocolate comes from the cacao tree. Okay, very good. Number 2. Once they receive a shipment of beans, they get rid of. Okay, and you can see here, for example, get down to. The business of processing the cacao into chocolate. Okay, the cacao into chocolate. Number 3. One of the steps in the manufacturing process involves getting rid of. So I am stressing here the second word. Okay, the second word, because function like get rid. What does it mean to get rid of something? To dispose, for example, throw away. Okay, so the shields. Number 4, workers take out the cocoa beans and throw away. Throw away. Throw away. So now I am raising my intonation, for example. How do I pronounce away? Okay, because I'm stressing this word. Okay, throw away the husks. The husks. Okay. Number 5, the chocolate cools down. Cools down. Cools down. Is taken out of. Taken out of. Taken out of the mold and becomes a chocolate bar. And becomes a chocolate bar. Okay? Very good. And do not forget, as we said earlier, if the phrasal verb functioned like a noun, the stress must go to the first word. Okay? The first word. Like here, the word sign up. Can I have, for example, the sign up sheet? For example, or where is the sign up sheet? Okay, but if it's function like a verb, okay, then the stress goes on the second or on the second word. And here, this is another example for you. I need to sign up for the class. Sign up for the class. Okay, so mainly here we stress, and I showed you how to stress on phrasal verbs. On phrasal verbs. Okay, and let's see here again. Okay, once again, the chocolate comes from. Why did we use es here? Why did we use es here? Nice. Okay, because again here it should be come or comes. And what about the chocolate? Is it plural or singular? It is singular. Very good. Okay, so if you would like to pronounce comes from, it should be like chocolate comes from the cocoa tree. Comes from the cocoa tree. Okay, and by the end of this lesson, I would like to thank all of you guys for being with us today. Thank you, and inshallah I will see you at the next lesson. Goodbye.